It's important when you're working in the kitchen with any type of tools like a cheese grater or something that's very sharp that can cut you. Please be very careful, especially when you're grating something or shredding something that's getting smaller and smaller, because you can be at the risk of cutting yourself when you least expect it, right? You're cutting with a knife, cutting very close to your fingers, or just trying to grate a small block of cheese. Always be careful. Hi everybody, it's Mena. Welcome back to my channel, or if this is the very first video that you're seeing of me, then welcome to my channel. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you didn't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I have Humphrey here with me, and we're going to do a Humphrey and story time. And today's Humphrey and story time is going to be the time one of my Girl Scout friends accidentally grated her finger with the cheese grater. So this is a story about how me and my Girl Scout friends were all, should I say my Girl Scout friends and I, we're all working together to make dinner on our Girl Scout snow trip. And this is the same trip that we had the Snowball fight gone wrong, the snow saucering gone wrong, as well as the funny Happy Meal story. And if you want to see all those stories, they'll be linked in the description box down below if you have not seen any of those. And so, this is a story about how one of my Girl Scout friends was helping with our dinner, and we were making tacos one night, and she accidentally grated the cheese she grated the cheese too close to the point where she wasn't paying attention and cut her finger on the cheese grater. So this is a story just to teach you guys, when you're working with cheese graters or anything that's very sharp, like any sharp kitchen tool, it's important to be careful and pay attention to when the item gets smaller, because you don't want to end up accidentally cutting your fingers. So always please be careful when you're cutting things or shredding things for like dinner and stuff, because you can and will cut your finger when you least expect it. So I'm going to get started, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. And because I won't be using names for safety purposes, I'm going to give my friend a name and call her Cheese Grater because she cut her finger while grating cheese. So this all started about 21 years ago. I was on a snow trip with my Girl Scout troop, and this is the same trip where we had the Snowball fight gone wrong. If you want to see that story, it'll be linked in the description box down below, as well as the snow saucering gone wrong, which will also be linked in the description box down below, and the funny Happy Meal story, which was on the way back. And if you want to see that one, that'll be also linked down below. So I have a lot of stories from that trip. So this is like the fourth story from this trip, and I've been meaning to put it up, but I keep forgetting. So anyway, we were making tacos for dinner. So we had like a little schedule of what we were having for dinner, and I think we were staying at this place for about 4 or 5 days. And it was one of the Girl Scouts from my troop's cabin, and we were staying there for like a little vacation and a party, and we were all hanging out, and we all had like a little dinner menu for the week. Like one week I think we were having pizzas, one night we were having pizzas, one night I think we were having burgers and hot dogs, can't remember, and then another night particular night we were having like, I think, tacos or burritos, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it was tacos and burritos, or tacos or burritos, I don't remember, but it was one of those two things. And we were all working together. I was helping get the tortillas ready, one of my friends was helping with the taco meat, and then my other friend was helping by grating cheese. So she was working, and I'm going to name her Cheese Grater in this video, excuse me, because she was grating cheese. So she starts grating the cheese, and she's using one of those like graters you have to move the cheese up and down, and I really don't like those graters because I think they're very dangerous, because you can and will cut your finger when you least expect it. So it was one of those handheld graters where you had to shred the cheese back and forth, and she's shredding it, and she keeps shredding it, and Cheese Grater keeps going and going, and then she's not really, she keeps going to the point where she's not paying attention, and then she ends up cutting her finger on the cheese grater, and then she starts crying because her finger is bleeding and it hurts, and we were like, oh, are you okay? And we look at her finger and we realize she had grated her finger on the cheese grater because she kept grating the cheese to the point all the way down to the bottom where she grated her finger a little bit. So luckily, one of the moms had a first aid kit with them. Everybody always carried like first aid kits, and they started cleaning her finger off and then bandaging it up because even though it was a small cut, it still kind of hurt, and we were glad that she was okay. So once they put the Band-Aid on, the moms decided that one of them should do the cheese grater instead of one of us because none of us would probably pay attention to when the cheese was going down. So the moms decided to help us with the cheese grater so we could get dinner ready. And so they give us something else to do. Like, I think we were all setting the tortillas up or something. I don't remember what else we were doing, but we were trying. But the moms were giving us some other things to do, like maybe get plates ready and stuff. And so the moms decided to keep us away from sharp objects, obviously, from kitchen tools, so none of us would like accidentally cut ourselves while we were helping cooking dinner. So the moms took care of everything that needed to be cut, in every item that needed to be chopped up for dinner, and we just got all the plates ready. And it was just a much better idea because they just didn't want anyone else getting hurt, and we were very happy that my friend was okay. My friend Cheese Grater was okay after what had happened, but she did definitely learn a lesson to be super careful and pay close attention to when the cheese is getting smaller and smaller while grating it. So the moral of the story is when you're working with like a cheese grater or anything that's kind of sharp, excuse Humphrey nibbling my hand, anything kind of sharp, you need to be super careful, especially when the food is getting smaller and smaller and getting closer to the sharp blade, because you can end up actually cutting your finger or cutting your hand, and you may end up going to the hospital. I mean, it may be a little cut, which is not too bad, but it's excuse me, and it can and will still hurt you. So it's just very important when you're working with food that is getting smaller, when you're grating it, to pay very close attention to when you're getting close to the bottom, and you can definitely cut yourself when you least expect it. So always pay attention to when you're grating cheese or cutting any type of food that gets close to the end, because you don't want to cut your finger. So that was a story about how one of my Girl Scout friends accidentally cut her finger while grating cheese. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this video taught you how to be very careful when you're working with cheese graters or anything sharp that shreds in the kitchen. So please be super careful, because you can and will cut yourself when you least expect it, especially when the food is getting smaller and smaller and close to your hands. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I post every day except for Tuesday and Friday afternoon sometimes, and I'll see you in another video soon. Bye! If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to Mena's channel, and she posts new videos every week.